Blog Talk Radio.
Check out the full episode of this on Mentellect Patreon.
In the name of Amen, the Supreme, the All-Powerful, the one and only true Lord, and Amen we trust, as the Republic of Mentellect, the real 144,000 is being gathered in this day and time, the Mentalists, the Amen race, the bright race. Good evening, I'm your host, intellectual Nuben Minkari, and this is Mentellect Radio, and tonight we're going to be discussing biangles in the second dimension and triangles in the third dimension. What's it on my wall? Share it on my wall. Okay. I touched a little bit on this the other day, and I didn't want to get too deep off into it, only because I wanted to dedicate a whole broadcast to this. When you talk about dimensions are talking about angles, size, space, interiors, exteriors, dealing with space. Dimensions is space. And, how you move in space, the angles, the lines that are drawn, does what? It gives you boundaries in which to move. These are the boundaries in which you need to move. You need to have destinations. You see, your destination is your boundary. And you have to move within those destination points and those boundary points. You can continue to move, but you have to move in dimensions and boundaries. You don't want to keep going constantly. You have to have a point in which to garner intelligence, experience, and all the things above. You have to keep moving, and you need angles to move on. You need angles to continue forward on. That is the point. This is the point. You need angles to move toward. In the two-dimensional world of possession, there's only two angles in which a possession can be moved toward. Right? Positive, negative, master, slave, owner, those who are owned. The property, owner and property, right? Owner and property, master, slave. That's how it works with people who are caught off in the biangular world or the two-dimensional world. It's only this or that. Why are biangles in the second dimension and triangles in the third dimension? Because it represents a state of thought, a state of motion, right, and a state of being. Biangular to triangular represents your level of thinking and your inability to move beyond a certain level, your level of movement physically, and able to move beyond it, your level of how your soul vibrates towards certain things and where it won't vibrate toward other places. Biangular is a limited motion of possession. Triangular is more of an unlimited path toward people and collectively become empowered. Do I make myself clear? Why do they exist? Because we all need paths to move on. Everybody's not meant to move on the same path. I had to come to that painful realization with somebody I cared about at one point in time. I still care about these people. They can't move on certain paths with you. You see, they're not extended on that level. Certain people are always going to be biangular people. They'll never see the bigger picture. What do these angles mean in these dimensions? Space, time, growth. Space and time is for the process of growth. It's the process of growth and maturity into something else, something greater. That's what it's for. So we need that time to evolve and grow. Some people don't take the time to evolve and to grow because they're trying to move in that biangular world, and when they find out they've moved nowhere, when they find out they're going nowhere, and they're sitting around at the end of the day, why my life didn't turn out to be this? Why my life didn't turn? Because you was moving in that biangular world, you thought that, and you chose to stay within that biangular world of possession, and you didn't know how to move out of that and move toward people status. When you move toward people status, you understand a lot more when it comes to unions, when it comes to how you move in life, what your position is in life. You understand that. You see, and then that makes jealousy go away. It makes it go away once you embrace that. Right? Can we ascend to these angles? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. There's no coincidence why angels and angles clearly resemble themselves, or resemble the word angel and angle. All right, resemble. You see, people ascending to higher angles are what angels are. That's all angels are. People ascending to higher levels, higher angles, greater dimensions. What does multiple angles mean? The ability to ascend to multiple dimensions. Simple as that. For the complete broadcast, you're gonna have to go to Mentellect Patreon. Go to Mentellect Patreon for this complete broadcast, because it will not, I guarantee you, it will not be on YouTube. Subscribe to Mentellect Patreon and join the Mesoamerican community.
It's the Republic of Mentellect, rising out the black race to the white race, out the black race to the white race. It's the Republic of Mentellect, black race to the white race. If it's hell, and then it's hell us. They tried everything just to spell us. Fed us religion, gave us fake gods. Through all of that, we beat the odds. Now we coming together under one flag. Colors red, gold, and blue. Superman, Superwoman, that's me and you. The infinite capability that we can